in response to Don Weary's video, God is Unjust, I saw someone else that responded to your video, and I pretty much agree with everything he says. I just wanted to stress a couple points. The first being 3 days for Jesus was enough to take on our punishment, because, like the other gentleman had stated in response, Jesus was perfect. Therefore, 3 days is all he needed. And what he did down there, defeating death, defeating hell, defeating Satan, whatever else it may involve, was sufficient. It doesn't need to be the timelines don't need to be equal because of his innocence, and because him going to hell was basically just a technicality of defeating those things, and he was pretty much done. So I wanted to add that. Also wanted to say, to address, you asked why it's eternal for us. Why couldn't we go down for 3 days and then tell God that, oh, we're sorry, we want to come up to heaven now. Two major sections I would say that doesn't apply to us. Number one, before we die, in this present day and age, most of us know about Jesus, or at least heard about him, and we have the choice to either proceed in learning about him and believing in it, or not, or believing in it and maybe not obeying. And there's big dilemmas on that, big debates on that. But that's one thing, pre-knowledge, or the choice, or at least the knowledge of that for most of us, like I said. The other problem with the reprieve after we go to hell is, once we're there, I'm going to take a pause here. Once we're there in hell, there's no longer any faith required, because we've died, we've gone to hell, we know what the deal is. So there's no longer really any faith. And also, the obedience would be automatic, because we're in pain, we're burning, or emotional pain of realizing that we were wrong, or we didn't make the cut per se, and now the distance between us and God is pretty much absolute. So I would say those two reasons. Number one being, it's eternal for us because before we die, we know we have the option of believing in Christ and investigating that and reading the Bible and choosing to live that life. And also, it's eternal for us because once we die, once we're in hell, faith is no longer required, and our obedience is pretty much automatic. Thank you.